We are divorced, 2 kids, and we live together. Oh my God, why do we do that? We don't do it for the kids.
You getting into a burnout. And that's not really the most romantic way to propose to someone.
I didn't clean the bathroom or I didn't clean the kitchen.
Yeah, he actually made clear that he wanted to be with me.
Oh yeah.
Even though
That was crazy.
our daughter was little.
I've been thinking so what is this blockage, of my sexual energy, my sexual system? Can you picture that, living together with someone else? My first guest is a very special one. A person I see too often, way too often. She hates me sometimes. I hate her sometimes. It's my ex-wife, Chung Mei Cheng. Why do we still live together? How do we do that? We go deep into this topic. That will be the first series of this podcast, the Arnold Show. And enjoy. We are divorced, 2 kids, and we live together. Oh my God. Why do we do that?
I think the key word is love.
Love.
And to add to that, unconditional love. Mm-hmm. And it has to do with the love that we have for our children and for the connection that we have.
So we divorced because of love. Because of the love, we divorced and we still live together. That's what you're saying.
No, what do you think is the reason that we are still living together?
I thought about this, and many people say, oh, that's really good that you do that for the kids. I'm like, we don't do it for the kids. We do this because I believe most divorced parents, including us, we think about ourselves. I know for myself, I like to see the kids, I just like to hang around them and have them with me. And I think in your case, it's the same, is it? You want to be with the kids, right? For you as well.
Yes, I fully agree with you, but there's another reason. Next to love is that I need a partner next to me to take care for the kids together, because I was raised by a single mother, and I know that was very hard for her. And I also believe that what I lacked in my upbringing is what I want to provide for our children. So I believe that they need a mother and a father in their daily lives.
That can be in 2 different homes, right? Why live together?
I don't think so, because in the end, every day in life is a day full of wild experiences. And they need either their mother or their father due to what they have experienced on a typical day. And sometimes, they need you, and sometimes they need me. And I also believe, and that's a saying, that's an African proverb, is that a child is raised by a whole village. So you need your village for support. And yeah, to be honest, we don't have our family community living close by in The Hague. We do have our school community with wonderful parents. And our experience is that we help each other. It makes it more light and doable if you do it all together.
For a couple of years we've been doing this, right? And
7 years already.
7, that's crazy. Oh my God, let me get drunk. Herbal tea. Yeah, so going back to the moment that you split up with me, right?
Yeah, that
you did.
That I withdraw myself from our marriage.
Yeah. So can you tell us what went on in your mind, maybe at that moment or just before? What did you say and what went on through your mind and heart and stuff?
Well, we've been together since 2007, and we separated by the end of 2018. So we were already living together for 11 years. And at the moment of the decision, we had 2 young children, but I was living...
Was Dion there as well?
He was there.
He was there. You were there, Dion.
He was a little less than 3 years old. And Amé was between 7 and 8. And I was wrestling with the idea of breaking up with you for a couple of years already. But instead of taking myself out of the equation, I decided to just share with you what I missed in our relationship, because we didn't have.
What did you miss?
Yeah, we didn't have an intimate relationship.
Sex.
Yes,
Sexual
sex.
relationship.
We didn't have sex, but we also didn't have the intimacy. You know, that you see each other and that the person could still drive you wild a little bit, or has
like positively wild, not wild
Yes.
because I didn't clean the bathroom or I didn't clean the kitchen.
because we take our parenting roles very seriously,
Way too seriously. Oh my God.
right?
Yeah.
So I think, in a sense, we lost each other.
Through parenting because of the kids. It's the kids' fault. Now we know. We'll tell them later.
That's one of the reasons, but I think another reason is also the health situation, because as we started out a relationship, many important things in life happened in a row. First,
Can you start with when we met? We have a weird, hectic, chaotic, intense relationship from actually day one.
okay, so from day one, the first event was that my dad passed away, and that involved the whole background story of him not having been in my life since when I was a young child. So he came back into my life, and then he was out of my life because of his death. So, and the second one was a year later, when my grandfather, who had a really important role in my life, also passed away. And then I got pregnant with our first child in Brazil.
Yeah.
And that process was occurring simultaneously with you getting into a burnout.
Yeah.
So everything was mixed up. The mourning process, you you working your ass off and getting into a burnout, while I was carrying a baby, and
Yeah.
and then when our first child arrived, you were still burned out.
At my peak, right? I was completely wiped off my legs.
Yes.
Feet, crazily. Yeah.
Yeah. So many very hard, complex, difficult things happened, and not only in our lives, but also to our surroundings, right? Our family, our closest loved ones.
I don't know what happened. Honestly, I don't know.
No.
I'm not like putting you on spot. I just like, okay, what happened again? What?
It had to do with you getting into a burnout. It was very confrontational to your parents that you weren't able to work and have a decent income.
May I summarize this?
Yes, of course.
So I was slowly dying because of the burnout. I worked myself just, completely out of my body. I was so disconnected and so much stress. You were pregnant, dealing with grief. You were mourning because of your dad and your grandfather. And we were expecting our first child, and we had money issues. And then, I didn't have time to time and energy. Yeah, time is not a good word, but I didn't feel energy for myself. So I had nothing to give to you. The only thing I gave to you was, child, pretty good one. Come out here. No, I did grocery shopping, right? I did some, and I supported you emotionally when your father died and your grandfather died. And I think this is more our foundational relationship. When shit hits the fan, like for real, you can support me and I can support you. And by the way, I'm really good in bed. I'm good in bed, but it wasn't.
You mean sexually?
No, sleeping.
Yeah, because
No,
I thought of sleeping. Because we were
sleeping.
talking about the burnout and so on.
Yeah.
You lacked energy.
No, but
so
I don't want-
so
I
the
don't
one
want-
thing that you were doing was sleeping.
Yeah, at a certain moment.
And there was something else that passed by,
Yeah.
and which is kind of big as well, because it has to do with marriage. Because in the period in which you lacked energy completely, and we were struggling with everything happening around that, a very important person passed by.
Let me zip up for this.
And there was an ex of mine.
An ex of yours.
And,
I thought you went on the other route.
No, and
that female that entered our house, but yeah, you go.
No. Yeah, someone very important to me. And I had a talk with him. And then afterwards, he actually made clear that he wanted to be with me.
Oh yeah.
Even though
That was crazy.
our daughter was little.
Just there.
Yeah, and it was very tempting.
Yeah, you actually thought that was crazy. That, like, now that you explain, or now that you talk about this, I forgot that was actually the situation you were in. You know, do I choose for this really full of testosterone, active, handsome ex of mine, or my lousy burnout partner with and a kid? Well, kid is nice, you know. He chose for us. From me. Thank you.
Yes, that's right. But I think, I chose for you both. I chose for us as a family.
Your daughter and me.
Yes.
Yeah. So the ex, no.
Yeah, but that was really painful. So it's not funny at all.
Well, I think it's funny, for sure. But do you still feel that pain?
No, I don't feel it now. And at that time, it was the right choice. Yeah, I don't have any regrets. But
Good.
it was difficult.
Yeah, it was difficult. And was it then also true that shortly after this, I kind of, out of desperation, said, hey, shall we get married?
Yes, and that's not really the most romantic way to propose to someone. Because
I went on my knees, didn't I? Did I not? Did I go on my knees?
No.
Oh, that's lousy. You know, that's the reason why we're separated. I didn't go on my knees. That's what ladies want.
No, but the truth is that you proposed to me out of fear.
Yeah.
Of me leaving the relationship.
Yeah. I thought about locking you in forever, because that's what I learned, you know, and it's crazy. It's dumb.
But you don't seem like the person that wants to lock someone in.
I don't seem like. So how does that person seem? What should they
Because
do?
you are never jealous. You know, never.
Except for one time.
Okay, for one time.
Except for one time, the moment, so we got married, right? Back to now-ish, to the start of this conversation. The moment you broke up with me, and I actually had to let you go. And you actually told me, like, I want to visit this guy. I want to spend the weekend with him, stay the night there. And then that was the moment that I knew, oh yeah, now it's time to deal with my shit. And I had to let you go. So I thought...
But did you feel jealous?
It was a cocktail, which made me like completely out of my thing, that knocked me off my feet. It was jealousy, anger, and deep sadness. I felt like weird balls of emotion like going through my system and like wanting to puke and then shit my pants, and it was really really intense. And this is where I felt jealousy, but it wasn't jealousy like, you know, normal guys or people get jealous. It was just you know, being torn apart and not knowing what the hell that was. So,
Yeah, because seriously, this is the first time I hear you saying and admitting that you felt jealous once in your life towards me or because of me. And
Yeah.
I understood the anger and the sadness part, and I thought it was that mixture.
This is crazy. Your action to break up with me, it really tore me apart, broke my already broken heart, right? I got really down to a deep, deep ground. And after 2 or 3 months, I actually thanked you because you did the best thing in the world. That was. And this is for every person in a relationship, every person into a divorce situation or just struggling with following the heart or not. The only thing you did and what you are really good at is to follow your intuition and your heart. And with tears in your eyes, you actually told me the news that you wanted to step away from this relationship, you want to break up. You knew, and you actually said it, that it would break me. But what happened after 2-3 months, I felt reborn, rejuvenated. Like really, I felt a burst of energy, including the testosterone that you missed. I was 15 again, and my whole sexual system started to work. I had wet dreams, like a couple times a week. Now, for a guy of how old? 33, 35 or something. So I've been thinking, like, so what is this blockage, of my sexual energy, my sexual system? And I thought, it was the marriage. Oh my God. Even though I say it with a smile, kind of jokey, I think in the end it's kind of true, we locked something in that in the beginning it didn't have foundation, right? It was fear from my side. So I locked something in, we locked something in, namely marriage. Okay, so then we have to do like this, we have to do like this.
And I think, taking it a few steps backwards, I think I locked you in the first time that we met because
you did.
Yeah, because I knew that you would be a person who would take up a huge role in my life, and I didn't know back then what it would be, like what type of role. I had a hunch that it could be romantically or
practically taking the garbage out, doing groceries,
something in terms of a relationship. But you are true. Mentioning that, you are completely right, because the one thing that I wanted from a meaningful, authentic relationship, romantically wise, was that it would be that the person could also be the father of my future child. And that person would stay no matter what would happen in our lives. The father would stay to take care of the child. And I'm not talking about any details about the context and how we would do that, but it was like a foundational feeling of security that I wanted to feel before stepping into a relationship that could end up in marriage and children. I wanted to feel that security. And you
felt that in me?
Yes, you resembled like every aspect of the person who would be there.
I'm still here.
In times of trouble.
7 years after the divorce.
In
I'm
times
still
of
here.
hello. In times of trouble,
Trouble. If you take these two things, like romantically, sexually, like being in heaven with someone, or being with someone who was there, who would stay with your children, and being there for you. Like foundationally within yourself, which was more decisive in your life? Which weighs heavier?
The left hand.
So actually you are saying that the romantic side that you wanted from me, but it's less important than this one, right?
Well, at the beginning it was kind of romantic.
But we had good times. Come on.
No, because it's strange, because from the moment that we started talking to each other,
things collapsed.
No.
All went downhill.
From the moment that we started to talk to each other, we just kept on talking. And we
On the phone, right?
On the phone, but also the first time that we saw each other, it felt like coming home to a person. Yeah. It felt really, nice, comfortable. I thought you were funny, and we interchanged stories, and it was very flowy.
Tell the story about the salsa dancing song, Synchronicity. That was crazy. We had certain synchronicities that actually told us we should do this. Can you tell that example?
Yes, of course. You sent. I opened your email in which you said that you were that you had been dancing on 2 salsa songs of Los Adolescentes.
Los Adolescentes.
And you were dancing in the living room of your parents up in the north of Holland.
Yeah.
And I received your message in my apartment. I was so amazed and impressed that I could have fallen from the chair. I did. I hold on to the table and I read your message again and again and again. And I thought, oh, this is incredible. I have been dancing on those exact 2 numbers in the past couple of days. And that was a big moment of synchronicity because I hadn't put up those numbers for 3 years in a row.
Same, and we never communicated about those specific numbers.
No.
I didn't, but they were my favorite as well, and I didn't listen to them for a while as well. And I decided to dance in my parents' place. Yeah,
that was amazing.
That was crazy.
That was pure joy, and I knew that.
Orgastic, basically.
No, not really, to be honest. No, it was more a kind of a mixture between excitement and calmness of, okay, something is going to happen and it will be very meaningful, but I don't know yet what it will be. So when you walked up to me, to my front door in the Haagse Straat in Scheveningen, in The Hague, with your hair over your shoulders.
Tell me what you were thinking when you saw me walking towards you.
And with the bag hanging across your chest.
Young people do that.
And it was against your hip. And you were walking in a, how do you say that? A spijkerbroek? A jeans, yeah. But kind of, baggy jeans.
Sure.
Yeah,
you swag it out or you swag it in.
And those curls were dancing and swaying back and forth when you were walking. And I thought, oh my God, who is this fucking hippie walking towards me? Okay, Jumei, stay open. I was talking to myself like, okay, stay open for the experience.
Maybe he's okay. Prejudice against hippies.
No, I don't know.
Because, the first couple of years, like the first 4, 5, 8, 6, 7, 8 years of our relationship, you kept on saying, no, I'm a city girl, I love the city. And then when we were out in nature, like, oh, I love the nature. No, you cannot, you're a city girl, right? Yeah. I thought that's one of the top 3 lists of bullshit things. I'm a city girl. What does that mean? You love hugging traffic lights and cars and kissing buildings? I don't know, man.
Well, the reason is because I'm born in Amsterdam and I was used to be surrounded by buildings.
Yeah, but you also lived in a village. But that's the reason.
That was later on in life.
Yeah, you didn't have such a good experience because you were taken out of your happy Amsterdam family, friend, gangster neighborhood.
Yes, and multicultural living environment.
To this very white, tiny village. Some discrimination may have happened there. Was there?
Yes.
And that was your village experience. So you went the opposite. Like, no, I'm a city girl. What? Chinese rock gangster star. Uh-huh. Which you are, actually. she's way more gangster than you know, right? You're way more gangster and way more, which is really cool.
I know. So this is our background story. Let's go back to the breakup and also to the reactions that we received from our loved ones, our friends. I would love to hear from you. How did you experience that?
The reactions of other people.
Yes.
Well, the first person I see in front of me is my father. And he's like, you know, as a real dad, emotionally non-expressive, but really internally sad. You know, I saw that he was shocked and and sad. And I felt also that one of his pain points was that he lost his daughter-in-law. You know, that he would lose you as a nice person in his life, you know. Me and my father and mother, we are good now after the big breakup for a year. And, you know, regularly when people get divorced, one side of the other side of the family will be gone. So, yeah, I felt that grief as well from him.
What I remember from the moment that we shared about our breakup, that was in the house of your parents, your sister and your brother-in-law were also present, and I know exactly where we were sitting at that moment.
That? I completely forgot that.
Yeah, I see it right in front of me. We were sitting on the couch. They were both sitting in front of us.
Yeah.
And they were all shocked. And I remember a question that your sister asked us, because they were already like 5 to 10 steps ahead in life, like the life after a breakup. Like, so you guys are planning to keep on living together, but how will it be when someone else will come into your life or my life? How will that be? How will you like solution that part?
Nice. I'll tell you that I remember the reaction I gave to her.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh, I can. So tell me.
Well, I said, then you imply that having another relationship is a condition, a criteria for living a happy life. But I definitely now, you know, right after this, I didn't feel like that. Even now, I don't feel like it. But so I gave that back to her. Like, I don't want that situation. That she and many others also have this question, right? Like, how do you do this with different partners? But I basically told her, I don't need that in order to feel happy or loved, or I don't want that. And then she kind of like, oh, yeah, you're right. I kind of came from that perspective. That you cannot live without a relationship. You cannot, you know, do that. And I think this is one of the reasons that this thing works, because I don't have that wish.
Yeah, and right from the beginning, you had that conviction about relationships.
I've learned that through our relationship and my previous ones, but specifically our relationship, that when you are in a conditional relationship, such as marriage, or just you are together, let's say in a traditional monogamous relationship, it's nice in a way, but it's also conditional. And then Osho also answered this in his book, maybe I'll bring it out next time, that, you know, love is not something you do with a partner. Love is a state of being. When children are born, they are love, but then later love gets conditioned. Like if you're quiet, then you're a good boy or girl. If you make your homework and do good at school, then you get a thumbs up. If you do subconsciously, psychologically what I like as a father, then I will accept you more than when you do things I don't like. Also conditioning.
And this explanation brings me back to what I said at the beginning of this episode, to the question, why are we still together?
Yeah.
Right? Because I answered that with love, and to be specific, unconditional love. Because we are still loving each other, and we are still supporting each other, and we're just here to take care of each other whenever needed, but still with the freedom that we want to experience in life. And in that sense, we are liberated of the conditioning, or actually, I think it's a process, right? It wasn't that easy at the beginning, but it just, we have practiced for 7 years now. So I think now we're pretty good at it. And we also teach this to our children, that we keep on loving each other no matter what you want in life. And to just bring at the table a simple example, I think this was last year on your birthday.
Yeah.
Normally, as a family, we would celebrate your birthday together, right? But then, just a day before, you said, "Oh, I got an invitation from my a very good friend, and he wants to go together to a reggae festival."
To a reggae party.
And I really want to go. I really want to go, but it's on my birthday, you know. And you were like seeking for approval, looking us in the eyes, and we were like, unanimously, of course, go.
Yeah, whatever.
Go.
Your birthday.
Yeah, we can celebrate your birthday in the morning.
Smoke your weed without us, bro. No, I don't.
Yeah, so
anymore.
So I think in that sense, it has taught us a lot about choosing for what we want in life without losing the love of a loved one.
Yeah, and I think that is the core, right? Because even though you followed your heart by breaking up with me, your biggest fear probably was that I would leave. You actually said it. That I would leave. That I would say, okay, I understand. I'm gone. Which is something that is what we've seen around us, right? That's what people do. If you get divorced, like, okay, well, there you go. Have fun in your life. We organize something around the kids. This is my living space. That's yours. And off we go. But this is way more foundational than marriage.
Yeah, and I was also thinking about what you said as a reaction to your sister's question. You said you were really clear at the beginning about you also can be happy without having a romantic relationship with someone.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And they were already worrying about what comes next. What if another partner comes to the surface, and that partner also wants to live with you and also be with the children, and that would steer into the direction of separation, right? And they were worrying about that. And then, so you held on to the conviction about relationships, like, I don't need a romantic partner in life to be happy. And I was in another phase with a perception that, okay, well, now we are free to go our own ways, but we have come across so much in our relationship that, it's not that simple, I think, to step into another romantic relationship and give you all, your all to
Maybe
that person.
For you, not as a woman. For me, I thought, well, I could have sex. I did have sexual relationships for a few times. After that, my testosterone just exploded. I was like, what should I do? So dating apps and frustration.
No, I was not referring to the sexual encounters or experiences.
Romantic. What is romantic?
Yeah, but I mean romantic maybe in terms of a long-term relationship. That after all the experience that I had with you, like, bringing 2 children in the world, marriage, work and personal lives, and the balance between that, and like everything, all the main life events of people dying on us, and then I was really ready to experience the fun part of a loving romantic relationship.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to involve all the
crap, all the stuff.
To me, it's more also like having a connection with someone, but it doesn't have to involve heavy and mature, restrictive parts of being in a relationship.
Mature, restrictive parts.
I don't know, like people.
What are you talking about?
I mean, referring to what you just shared about, okay, the normal thing is to separate, you know, divorce. Okay, then maybe you're alone for a while, maybe you're playing around for a while, and then afterwards you're thinking, no, I want to go steady again, you know, with someone special.
Yeah.
And then be with that special person, living under one roof, having the children over for a part of the week,
Yeah.
you know, and then continue your life together with that next person.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I, to be honest, wasn't really interested in that so much. And I thought that would take more time, you know? So
Yeah.
it wasn't something to worry about right after our breakup.
You say you wasn't into that so much. Do you mean you did not want that? Full stop?
Not at that time.
And how about now?
Now, I think still I'm in that phase of, I don't know, meeting the right person.
Do you
Maybe.
really believe the right person exists?
Not the right, yeah, you know, the person that you want to spend quality time with.
But do you honestly believe still that you will meet someone and you're like, oh yeah, now I want to live with this person together, which you fully can. You have my free pass. Hallelujah. But do you feel that's, or do you wish that? Do you want that? Let's say if it's the most amazing guy or lady that is there, and can you picture that, living together with someone else?
It's not so much at the forefront at the moment.
Does
So
that mean no?
for now, it's no. But I think it could be a possibility.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It is an option. And that's also what we have discussed, that we are open to whatever happens in our lives.
Yeah. And you know what?
And in the meantime, we are living together.
My heaven, you know what my heaven would be? Just to live alone, man. That would be crazy. So I see myself living alone. Actually, people told me, like, did you ever, or asked me, like, how would that be? It's amazing. Not alone, there can be some kids, but you have this feeling when I'm gone with the kids, you know, you have the whole space for yourself, our house, and you feel so much rest and focus. You can work, and it actually brings you joy, right?
Yes, it's amazing.
It's amazing. Well, guess what? When you leave town, I'm feeling like I'm on a holiday. So I honestly think, hey, why the hell are we doing this still?
Okay, I needed some time to process that. But yeah, I know.
No, honestly, you know.
No, I know what you mean. And we were also working towards that phase in which we could have our weekends to ourselves, right?
We were working towards that phase again?
Yes.
Are you saying that? Yeah, because we did that.
We did that for a while, and then
Yeah.
we changed it again to, you know, just one weekend day to ourselves, and then the other person is with the kids. But we also went through a phase in which we had 2 full days just to fill in with our own lives, apart from family life, right? And we loved it. But I think that's due to how much attention and care kids need, you know, and that asks...
And also how we are feeling, because you were pretty low energy for the last 4 years, right? So I did take care of the kids in a way, like being the backbone or bringing Dion to bed. I did that relatively more than you, because that's what was needed, you know. So that's another reason that we didn't have those weekends as well. Because then sometimes what would happen, I would go on a capoeira weekend, whatever. And then you could not handle this, because you were going through stuff. Fair enough.
Yes, I went through a hell lot of stuff.
So and this brings me to my flaw in my life, or one of these, is that I had a hard time choosing for myself. So what I needed, and you were actually supportive of this. You, for decades, you were saying like, Arnold, go meet friends, be social. And I was like, yeah, sure, yeah, good idea. And then being with my videos and doing stuff alone, and I didn't go. But what I did do was taking care of the kids and supporting you and the house. Well, the house not so much, but supporting you and the kids. And I feel that now I dare to choose more for myself. Also because you are coming back, right? You're feeling stronger.
Yeah. I thought maybe we could share a bit more about the reactions of other people.
Maybe you have some examples. I don't have so many. How about you?
Well, we haven't spoken about my Chinese family yet.
Yeah, nice. Bring some Chinese in.
Because we decided to share it with both families at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was quite early in the process because we were just, I think, 1 month or less than 2 months in the breakup phase. And we wanted to be sincere towards our families.
We are.
Yeah, and
you want more
yeah.
tea?
Well, no, thank you. Well, my mom was devastated, and she was confused by the news, and the devastation comes from that. From early on in my life, my dad left our family, so she was the sole upbringer of two young girls.
Yeah.
So she was afraid of our children's well-being, and she said, "Your children need a family. They need their father," and I said to her, "He will be there for them. So that's not an issue."
You did?
Yeah, but it's still difficult to comprehend what our new situation would be like.
Yeah, we didn't even know, right?
Yes.
We were like, whatever.
Yeah, and so now we're already 7 years in, and then recently I saw my mother, and out of nothing she mentioned, "Oh, I have seen the videos of you and Arnold on Instagram, and so you guys keep nothing private, right?" And I was like, "Oh my God, those are the videos that we made some time ago, years ago."
In Dutch, maybe? Or?
It was in Dutch, and it was because you was very excited to record some videos about our breakup and the new situation, and you shared it on TikTok, and I think you were resharing those videos.
Went viral like crazy. That was actually the reason that I thought, let's do it in English, but then probably.
Yeah, so this was actually the first time in 7 years that she mentioned having watched our videos, and. Yeah, and she didn't judge me on that. She only mentioned, "You guys keep nothing private."
That's rare.
But
no
then,
judgment at all.
Yeah, but then
nothing at all.
No, nothing. But then,
Crazy.
After having mentioned that, like the whole afternoon was filled with her life stories, and that was amazing to me because she opened up.
She shared.
Yeah, she opened up, and that was new to me. I think this was the longest visit and the longest talk. With so many stories from her past.
Wow. And that's healing, right?
Yes.
Sharing those
absolutely
vulnerable and sometimes painful stories. But if we don't, we deteriorate from the inside, right? Life eats us up from the inside.
Okay, so that was her reaction, and I think my sister was a bit numb. Her reaction was not too emotional, and then I think later on we spread the word more to other family members, and then they were also shocked, but at the same time they praised the situation in which we were living in. That they
friends did that, yeah.
Yeah, but
and
also some relatives. They mentioned that, They thought it was very loving to stay together in this way, and also admirable that we were able to be in one house. Yeah. But okay, so those were like reactions of family members, but I remember one reaction of a friend, and she said right in our faces, like, I never thought that you guys would separate.
You know why this is? Because they feel our soul to soul, heart to heart relationship, which goes much deeper than a love, marriage, romantic relationship. And that's what they see, and that's what people feel when they see us together. When we go out, we never do, but let's say we go out, and we just hang around, even with the kids, we joke around. What you see is just a family, right? But that confusion, I understand. So, you know what? I think for the first episode, my hair was fine, right? Yours looked great.